I guess the question that looms in my mind this morning is, are you at peace? Have you experienced moments when you have said to yourself, oh, I'm at peace. This is what it feels like. Obviously, one has to also recognize that one has been in a state of disturbance. And as it says in the text about the 3 levels of suffering, suffering of suffering, suffering of change, and all pervasive suffering, this sort of undercurrent of unrest. And especially during these times and over this, I guess we could say a year or more approaching, is that all pervasive underlying quality of disturbance has been quite prevalent. But in one respect, it's also been a blessing, because that which has been hidden has been brought to the surface. It's like smoldering, like hot lava in the bowels of our earth mind. And the shifting of the tectonic plates and the pressures from within have created crevices and cracks in our armament, using that language. And thus the eruption of this hot, discursive agents that have exposed many, many things, which we are all quite aware of at this point in time. But at the same time, allowing ourselves to experience these very strong circumstances. And then using the various tools that we have to recognize the intrinsic emptiness of all phenomena and our attachment or aversion or indifference to these various phenomena is what creates our continued suffering. And just because one understands emptiness and can engage in meditation, etc., it doesn't neutralize, or maybe using an inappropriate word, neuter. It doesn't cut us off from the experience. In one respect, if one knows how to use the technique and use the practice, etc., of the great yogis and masters, is that we can fully experience by allowing ourselves to feel the unfoldment of whatever emotional state, physical, mental, spiritual, etc., is arising. And we can step back and recognize, this is how I'm feeling at this moment. And as I keep coming across this simple phrase, pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice, which merely means we have an option through our awareness of how we may respond. We can choose to respond to a given situation or phenomena once we become aware of that ability. If we are blinded by our own self-cherishing and ego-centeredness, and I am important and the only one that matters, then our behaviors that bring about suffering and our perceptions, etc., will not break the bonds of these occurrences, but they will continue. But the moment you step back and awaken to the sort of illusionary reality of it and see it, then perhaps in the middle of your despair, you begin to laugh. And what you laugh at is how you create your own madness, your own suffering. And I'm sure you must ask yourself from time to time, what was I thinking? And as I say to myself in the midst of my own madness and laughter, is I wasn't. But we don't have to take it so heavily. Maybe you weren't thinking, and maybe you acted impulsively, or even spontaneously, or every now and again, recklessly, without thought. Well, when I try to ponder the great philosophers and masters, I can see them, at least I would like to think they're smiling and go, oh, you were being a human being. Wonderful to be a human being, to embrace our frailties and our strengths, having the ability to cry and laugh, and appropriately, don't misunderstand anger, to appropriately be angry. We're not some placid automatons without feeling. It is what you do with the weapon. You can build a hammer or you can destroy. I would like to think that we have the ability as human beings, conscious life forces, life forms, and the vastness of a cosmos, that we have the ability to choose. But we can only choose by awakening to the present moment of our existence. For us, sometimes we exist by holding on and trying to recreate the past. Then hoping it will reoccur. Or we're projecting into the future, fearing or anticipating what may come. And even thrashing about in the present, we miss the beauty of our own existence as human beings, which is like snapping the finger and then it's gone. So as I've been thinking this week in practice, reflecting back to the various events that are unfolding, and thinking about Lama Rinpoche, who is also past, but is ever present, and how he really emphasized to be present in the moment of one's life with a certain joyousness. And as I've been thinking again this week, sometimes we hear, oh, I must have loving kindness and compassion for all sentient beings. But hopefully we don't think of it as a chore or a weight, but that it's joyously embraced. And as it said, the first one must be impartiality or equanimity. So I remember on many occasions after practice, Lama Rinpoche would be in his well-tailored suit with a white shirt and a black tie. And we would be going down in the elevator, and in my enthusiastic way, I would still be in the Dharma questioning mind, and I would ask the question, and Lama Rinpoche would merely say, Dharma practice over, now life living. And that would be it. No more questions. So I hope you are joyously engaging in being a human being, joyously with loving kindness and compassion and equanimity, engaging your life as you also are there to be a benefit to others in whatever appropriate ways that you can. So I want you to contemplate joyousness. So when we say joyousness, I was going to read from Kunso Lama Shelong, but just thinking myself, to be joyous, you can breathe in and you can breathe out. Some people have breathed out and that life force will never come back. So I am joyous, breathing out, breathing in. I am joyous after many varying other invasive events. I can stand up, walk, stand upright, and walk. That one laughs at the most oddest and silliest of things. Isn't this joy? For those who have children, you look at your children oh, maybe hopefully they are all safe and peaceful and productive, and that they are finding the joy of their life of being human being. And you look at them, and perhaps unbeknownst to them, you smile with joy. So maybe you're going, what is this joyousness? It is there, ever present, ever moment. It is the fertilizer, maybe, or it is the element or agent of Buddha nature, of mind itself, loving kindness and compassion, joyousness and equanimity. So these aspects are already there, maybe not even waiting to be unearthed, but merely waiting to be recognized. Again, looking at the ground, the snow, and the flowers and the weeds, and the trees, and the leaves, and the interplay and the harmony between them. And then there's the human beings that walk among these elements in such disarray and discord. To be with nature and to arrive at that inner harmony, which is always there, already there. So contemplate also to have this joyousness quality when someone receives good news that they have maybe won something or inherited something or something has been given to them. And perhaps it's something that we feel, oh, I should have this also. Why doesn't it come to me? And maybe we feel a little bit enviously. But we should rejoice in their good fortune. So maybe before the day is out, someone will contact you and say, oh, guess what? This just happened. I just received. And like Soga Rinpoche in the movie Little Buddha, you'll go, wonderful. You have to have this inflection of the voice, wonderful. And then you have smile and be genuine. You rejoice in whatever has occurred for them. So it says, or puts out that by rejoicing in the good efforts of others, we also gain the merit that they received as a result of that particular event. Even in your despair, be joyous. Even in your tears, be joyous. In anger, be joyous. For me, I go, oh, because I'm a human being. I'm striving to elevate that humanness. Maybe that's one of our journeys through this particular phase of existence, is to elevate the human quality and to elevate the consciousness that allows us to truly experience, as I said in the beginning, that inner peace. So during these holiday seasons, it's almost strange. Should not the attitude of the holiday seasons be for all seasons? Then tomorrow, it's already occurred, but the conjunction of two large bodies in our solar system interfacing since 800 years ago, I believe Jupiter and Saturn, double planet, or maybe they call it the bright star. Maybe it was some event that signaled a change. But again, in the midst of all that has been going on globally, there is this cosmic celestial event at this time. Perhaps it will be a marker of conjunction coming together, a closeness that hasn't occurred for quite some time. But the closeness has to start first with ourselves, within our mind and within our heart. And these heart and the head come together as one. Take a breath in. Having been talking maybe too much already, and maybe I have lost my audience, I do not know. Not that I will say, I do care. but it is not my responsibility. I'm only the 8th grade student that was told to say these things. It's like in the great Greek place, there's always called the messenger's speech. And we know what comes after that. Don't damn the messenger. I'm only telling the story. I'm just messenger. Don't know too much. Just the messenger. No, I'm lowly, even more low than messenger. I'm servant. May I be your servant. And as your servant, only to remind you to be joyous in this life, to be kind and compassionate, and even in your own adversities, you still are looking beyond yourself as you feel your own discomfort. And perhaps you can laugh and smile with joyousness and be at peace and recognize I'm being human being, good human being. Drumpa Rinpoche. Connect to your basic goodness. You want to believe. We always want to believe in something. Some people says, I don't believe in anything. Then I say, very good. And therefore that is your belief. So if I have a choice of what I can believe in, which I discovered probably around, I don't know, 7th grade, 8th grade, then why not choose that which allows you to be the best human being? Why not choose to believe in that? Buddhadharma, Buddha nature, Bodhisattva, Bodhicitta. These are the things we believe in. These are the things I believe in. And these are the markers and the buoys. These are my beacons of the lighthouse that steer me upon the rough seas of samsara. And no matter how difficult it gets, I can always look to the light of the enlightened ones to guide me. May it be like that for you as we come to the close of this year, and that you allow yourself to fully awaken in New Year. But don't wait this very moment. Take a breath in, please. Probably too much said, too much talking, too much time to think. Breathing in and again, breathing out. Rest upon your seat. And the Bodhisattva in training, we are training. This is not a drop in, drop out type of situation. It is exciting to take refuge. Talking a little bit more about refuge tomorrow. Thinking about refuge. When I look at this, I have one mandala here. And in most of the mandalas, there's a door, if one knows how to recognize it. How to enter into that paradigm. How to enter into that geometrical construct that represents the totality of the enlightened universe. I was thinking last night, we show like in, Scrooge. Scrooge must look into the house where his nephew and the party and the dancing and the drinking and the revelry and the happiness and joy is going on. But he is standing outside and can only be a viewer. I thought, oh, this is Buddhist movie. That's why it's so timeless, if we know how to really watch what the great writers put forth. As long as we're standing outside and never enter the door, then we will never experience the totality and the fullness of that joy and peace. But the moment you open the door and you step in, then you take refuge and you come face to face and you meet. What do you meet? The self-arising and the self-existing peace and joyousness that was already there. Dogen Zenji, again, I saw this quote yesterday again. The only peace that you're going to find is the peace that you have within you at this very moment. Then he says, if it's not like that, where else do you think you're going to find it? Therefore, the statement, maybe the greatest source of not being at peace is seeking the peace outside of ourselves. What do you do? What do I do in order to experience that? Peace and happiness, running about, trying to find it. What a lost lot. But the moment we stop and look within, then it says we will find that peace, like in a great bin. It has always been there, waiting to be opened. It's like a huge dumpster that we look at and think it's filled with trash. But not really. When we open it, it is full of peaceful joy and cash. Isn't it like that? Anyway, take a breath in again, please, just to settle in for the moment. Rest. Running about looking for enlightenment, the Meloretta said. Stop chasing something, enlightenment. Sit on your seat and practice. The week is almost past. Did you do 21 recitations, long Vajrasattva, every day since the last? Did you do 25 long, short prostrations? If you can do long, better. Did you do the 3 recitations of the 7-line prayer or more? Then at least 1,000 recitations, 5,000 if only possible, 1,000 recitation, Guru Mantra. Then did you sit maybe 5 minutes in the Rigpa, the unity in the recognition of emptiness and knowingness without adornment? Were you able to engage in doing your Mudra practice or Yidam practice? But most important of all, were we kind, compassionate, equanimitous, and joyous human beings? This week, did you reach out and console or comfort or listen or laugh with someone, speak with someone, uplift someone? In short, every day I will strive to be a better human being. Is not this the goal? And hopefully, like Carl Jung, maybe I won't hold up one finger. Don't mess up the finger. Only hold up one finger. Come on, you gotta laugh. You know my 5-year-old brain. I'm so sorry. It is like 5 years old. But maybe I think I don't want to hold up one finger. I want to just sit and pass from this body. And as I'm doing so, hopefully my last thought will be, in my next life, may I not be a bug. And may I have a greater development of loving kindness and compassion and joyousness and equanimity for all sentient beings, including myself. Take a breath in, please. Breathing out. And just rest your mind for a moment. Our journey has always or already begun. We are merely here again this, I believe it's Sunday morning. Sundays of eons we have gathered. And through each one of those gatherings, we have been blessed. And through each one of those gatherings and blessings, we have evolved, haven't we? From life to life. We have traveled through all of the realms of existence, the hells, the preta, the animal, the devas, the assuras, and the humans, but we don't remember. Perhaps we don't want to remember. And if we don't have a sense of what has gone before, how can we develop in the present of what will come? So connect in your bones to your ancestors where they roam. Arise and be present in this moment. So hopefully when you depart from this particular vessel and having the good auspicious fortune of finding the next, that you will continue to arouse that quality of basic goodness and respect. Take a breath in again. Now, just release. As I have been reflecting this week, Lama Rinpoche has departed. Urgyen Rinpoche has departed. Gyaltsen Rinpoche also has departed. Then Thupten Rinpoche has also departed. Chokling Rinpoche also departed. And many others that we don't know. I'm just naming those which I had the good fortune and blessings to receive their teachings, to be in their presence, and to have the opportunity to be impacted and learn and try to emulate them. Dorje Rinpoche has passed. Kinse Rinpoche has passed. Jemme Punsung Rinpoche, Kempo Jemme Punsung Rinpoche has passed. So there's so many that I had the opportunity to be directly, indirectly connected to. Sometimes I forget and take for granted. But in this, I think, day before yesterday, probably everybody knows now, Chokling Rinpoche passed. And I believe, well, obviously, he is still in Thupten. Thupten, what is this? It's just when the physical, a relative sense of death has been recognized or experienced. But the consciousness of great teachers remains with that body. And those who have worked in the health field, they report that they can feel that transitional moment when the heat of the heart is no longer present, then they know that that individual has departed. Do you have the heat in your heart? I hope at this point. If not, I'm speaking with corpse. So you can, there's many ways to test if the life force is still present. Don't worry, your life force very strong. So Chokling Rinpoche, is I want to start with this, is Thupten, where the consciousness of his enlightened quality is still present. The other thing is, as it says, to meditate upon the teacher, to think upon the teacher, to hear the teacher, to see the teacher, to be touched by the teacher is to receive the blessings. So for this, since yesterday, day before, I focus on Chokling Rinpoche. May my mind and his mind merge and become one. But his mind and my mind has always been one. The nature of his enlightened quality is the essence of this mind's enlightened quality. The difference is Rinpoche realized and remains a glimmer, flickering back and forth like an old light bulb, needing a new power supply, new filaments to be put in, and therefore we practice. So take a breath in and breathe out. When great masters pass, their consciousness is all pervasive. There are no boundaries. It's as though they permeate the totality of space. And merely by focusing your mind on them, you embrace that quality that lies within each and every one of us comes to the surface. So easy. Rest for a few moments. And as you're just resting your mind, again, it dawns on me is that most of the teachers, some that we see now, I had the opportunity to actually sit with, have tea with, be told stories, receive teachings with. And as I don't know if Lama put up and hopefully amended my broken writing, my experiences with Chokling Rinpoche. What I'm saying now is merely being stuffed and filled with the kindness and compassion of many great masters. Being a ruffian, disturbed, and misguided individual in my younger days, I wasn't that bad because I always feared the consequences. And usually they were quite severe. They had a way of making you remember. But I would like to think by being in their presence, and sometimes I didn't even know, oh, this is great teacher. I'll digress for a moment. I'm entertaining you, I hope. I don't think there's that many people that actually had the opportunity to massage and do acupressure on Tulku Rinpoche's presence body. I actually was able to put my fingertips and my hands on this great master and give massage to his body. So receiving direct this way, I would think, and being with Chokling Rinpoche, not knowing, oh, he is manifestation of, well, I knew he was manifestation of Guru Rinpoche. I tell you more about that tomorrow, perhaps. But what I'm really trying to get across is to recognize this quality within, that the great teachers are a reflection to us. In the same way, when great masters pass, their final message, impermanence and death comes to all. It can be devastating or it can be a blessing. It's our choice. What is your choice? Take a breath in, breathing out, and just hearing the name of Chokling Rinpoche. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know, Chokling Rinpoche is married to Dechen. And many times I'm sitting with joking, eating, sitting on the floor, etc., talking, visiting. Paja Rinpoche is his son. And Yangtze Kinsei Rinpoche, also his son. So I thought about it. I saw one picture. I don't know if, and don't put it up just yet, Masterman. But when I look at these pictures and I go, oh, I didn't just meet with them. I was able to interact with them. I was able to be taught by them and to just be in ordinary, everyday life with them. Things were more accessible at that point. And maybe in our own naivety, they treated us just like human beings. No pretense, no need to sit on the high seat or to be kowtowing even sometimes. Remember, said, no, you don't. Sit down. No prostrations. But you always do prostrations. And then they just talk to you. I'm sure Lama, you had this experience with Shimpa Rinpoche, Shampa Rinpoche. We had this experience with Thupten Rinpoche, with the Sotagari Rinpoche. You had this experience. Our great teacher, Kimbo Thupten Oza Rinpoche, They're all just wonderful human beings. No pretense. Just good, basic goodness, interacting with other human beings and encouraging us to rise to the height of our possibilities. So I hope this is what you're getting from, again, I'll be so bold or arrogant or prideful, is to say, the messenger. Just the messenger. That's all. The servant that brings the message that says, brighter days are already among us. Rise up and recognize and then let everything flow from the goodness of your heart. Take a breath in again, please. Breathing out. So it said, I think, I don't know, it maybe was Dzogchen Rinpoche. And again, I just find it so fascinating. I got to be part of that whole like royal spiritual family. Toko Urgyen Rinpoche, Chogi Nimba Rinpoche, Jungni Rinpoche, Pachok Rinpoche, Chokling Rinpoche, Khandro Dechen, Minjo Rinpoche. The only one I didn't meet was Rinpoche. There was one other Rinpoche that came from that family. I never got to meet Rinpoche's brother, Toko Rinpoche's brother. But having had the opportunity to be close to all of these great masters, you would think something would have rubbed off by now. But at least in my own fantasy, I can look at their pictures and go, oh, I remember when we did such and such. Anyway, perhaps to give you inspiration to continue to forge your path of spiritual development. And as I said earlier, we are training. It's not a seminar, drop in, or read a book here and there, have some profound experiences. No, like Milarepa. We don't chase enlightenment because how can we chase what we already have? But what we can do, we can engage in practice because we are the practice lineage. So my expectation of me is that every day, practice. And you know the phrase, how do you get the Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. New York joke. So if you practice, then you will achieve. But you must practice in the right way. All I'm trying to do is to tell you methodologies and methods that I have received from many great masters over many years and have engaged in trying to practice. Not always understanding, not always needing to understand, but needing to fulfill wishes of my teachers and practice. So in your place of rest now, with me talking way too much perhaps, then Master Men, do you have picture of Chokling Rinpoche? I want them to see. And as that picture comes up and you just rest your mind. Oh, wonderful picture. Rest your mind. You're looking at Guru Rinpoche. Your hair should stand up on your arms and the back of your neck. Your heart wants to open and maybe even you feel some tears. Receiving the blessings of the manifestation of Guru Rinpoche himself. Every time I was in his presence, I was thinking, oh, he's always laughing and so jovial, but at the same time could be fierce, like a Guru Rinpoche. Just rest your mind on that image for a moment. And as you look to that image and you have the thought, most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Most precious Guru, please think of me. Bestow the blessings that will free and ripen my mind, so that I may realize as quickly as possible for the benefit of all sentient beings. Namo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Lama Lagab Zojo Zenga Lagab Zojo Jo Lagab Zojo Geno Lagab Zojo. Then, having the thought that you are now receiving the blessings of Chokling Rinpoche. Chokling Rinpoche, the manifestation of all of the enlightened masters, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, lineage masters, great yogis, teachers all the way down to the day. That you're receiving the blessings of the body, of the speech, of the mind, and spirit. Just let your mind rest. It says to mingle the mind with the essence of the master and become one. Guru Yoga, rest. And as you're resting, if you didn't know, you met Chogye Nyingma Rinpoche, most of you. That is Rinpoche's brother. You know of Dzogchen Rinpoche, that is also his brother. Mingyur Rinpoche is also his brother. So these four. Oh, Pato Rinpoche, oh, wonderful master man, wonderful. So now you can see, I believe this is Nagi, they're at Nagi Gonpa. Pato Rinpoche, Chokling Rinpoche, Chogye Nyingma Rinpoche. This all my teachers. This little boy, Pato Rinpoche, he's a little boy when I met him. So many memories. Oh, I am so lost, so long. Oh, Pacha Rinpoche. Oh, again, we see all of them. Khyentse Rinpoche. Oh, many. This Ashura Cave. Some of you have been to Ashura Cave. There's many stories. I don't even remember so much anymore. But Khyentse Rinpoche, all right? And you can still see Dzogchen Rinpoche, Chokling Rinpoche, Chogye Nyingma Rinpoche. Ah, so wonderful. We are so blessed to have engaged and encountered these great masters. Now, once again, oh, this very famous picture. So I'm take you on a journey. Then Chokling Rinpoche, Gyaltsen Rinpoche, Urgyen Rinpoche, and this Yangtze, this little baby sat on my lap when he was that size. This is Khyentse Rinpoche's Yangtze. So again, just sort of Allow yourself looking through the picture book of your spiritual family, your spiritual inheritance. We don't have to think, oh, I wish I could have met those great masters, and I wish you could have. Now we only have their servants left who met and sat directly many years. Dechen, Sokan, obviously everybody knows Duko Rinpoche. But for me, they're not pictures. They're a part of my life. I felt, I didn't even know at that time how fortunate. So take a breath in, breathing out. Can we have that other picture, the other picture of Rinpoche, that first one? So as I maybe not have finished the thought, sometimes I lose my thought train. Like Scrooge, who is sitting outside and wishes he was inside because he had no refuge in his own inner kindness, which is being shown to him. The possibilities is when you open to that level, what can occur. And so the first way to enter into that is through the doorway of the mandala, is to take refuge. So for those who are about to take refuge, think of it in that respect, that you're entering into this spiritual, authentic tradition that is represented by these great masters that go all the way back to the time of the Buddha, all the way back to the time of Guru Rinpoche. So in front, imagine if you had the opportunity, which I had the opportunity to sit in front of Gyaltsen Rinpoche and take the Bodhisattva vows. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. Sentient beings are numberless. I vow to liberate them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transcend them. Dharma gates are boundless. I vow to enter them. Buddha's enlightened way is unsurpassable. I vow to embody it. So now you have made these vows as though you have taken these vows in front of Guru Rinpoche. Chokling Rinpoche is his emissary, is his reflection. But then he is also the essence of the Buddha, all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. And by making these vows very strong in front, great merit is generated for the benefit of others. Keep nothing for ourselves. We are blessed just for those who can see the Master and hear of his qualities and be in his presence, either directly or indirectly. Indirectly, while now he is in Thupten, the state where the consciousness of enlightened quality remains with the physical body until its time when the signs are given of its departure. So take comfort in that and sort of relish in having received the blessings but without attachment. So having done that, now you also think he is the manifestation of the Bodhisattvas. And so we go now directly to, this is the beginning. So he will stay and they will engage in various practices for the next 49 days. And perhaps we'll get some sign, or I can find out how long or when Thupten has ended. I'll make some calls and find out. But we appeal to the Bodhisattvas the sublime bodhisattvas to watch over, to guide, to provide and protect Rinpoche until he comes again. Om Nanze Om Nanze Nande Renze Nurube Daji Dojo Zanga Zumbai Sange Dodan Gedon Babezo Nunla Tazo Dajo Daji So Drone Karubo Sarden Drundun Zamba Gerba Gedra Bandamba Gunda Gumba Daji Taba Chen Dubo Tarba Zadra Badane Senjen Zende Largo Dambeba Yeje Jimba Zara Drabade Zenzun Dumbe Daji Babewa Jewa Jeba Kila Tazalo Zamba Shundur Baden Dorje Zemba Rinjo Dumbo Zambeba Zaying Nimbo Driba Nambaza Nanda Nimbo Bajo Nundo Nubo Dojo Baje Dojenda Nubo Dawa Nede Namoye Zaze Nanam Zaze Daje Jo Chenjo Chamba Gela Tazalo Rinjen Doje Doge Doje Mala Nundo Bonzon Kano Mala Dun Bonzon Bari Meto Zazen Nudo De Rinjen Dojo Gege Zazen Chen Doje Gowa Jende Gege Ma Judo Chenwa Chenbe Babi We Daje Namo Gela Zazalo Zambo Jembo Junjo Jemebo Medo Dundan Gambo Nunduzum Bagye Bondo Loma Dejaza Nanto Zede Jego Doje Nando Dondo Doje Jen Barion Rundo Dojen Doje Sazo Nijo Gile Daje Jinde Doa Gila Zaza Dazu Jinde Doa Zumba Gendo Doa Zanwa Nundune Dondo Baba Zendo Heje Do Daje De Le Bono And again, just rest your mind for a moment. Breathing out. So now, Master Man, we can switch and we'll go to Shanti Deva. Zenjo Tsembo Dege Zondo Wadabda Zamba Ye Zange Doda Gedon La Zenjo Nebo Dege Bada Bada Nega Shirab Nanje Danje Be Zombe Jenje Dondo Da Zange Dondo Nege Zombe Jenjo Zemge Do Jeze Nanga Namba Da Dowa Jeze Nego Jeze Doje Nego Ne Dowa Daga Zawa Jonam de Legate, John de Don de Son, Gola Gombo Ganyamba, Junjo Jumbo de Gezon, Dowa Dada Samba, Sange, Doda Gedon, La Janjo Nipo de Geba, Daba Dane Gapsu, Jera, Nanze, Danje, De Zombe, Zenje, Jonda, Sange, Dundu, Nege, De Zombe, Jendo, Sange, Do, Jeze, Nanga, Nampada, Dowa, Jeze, Nego, Deze, Doje, Nego, Ne. So what the girls was Jonam de Legate, John de so Gola Gombo Ganyamba, Genjo Dembo de Gezon. Do what the Zamba years and get Doda Gedonda, Gendo Nebo de Geba, Tabada Nega Jerab Nende Danje, Zombe Zenja Junto, Zange Junto, Negate, Zombe Zenja Temgedo. Jeze Nanga Namba Dowa Jeze Nego, Jeze Doje Nego, Dowa Daga Sawasu. All phenomena arise from their causes. Their causes are explained by the Buddha. Cessation of these causes too are taught thus by the great sage. With a wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. Enthused by wisdom and compassion today in the Buddha's presence, I generate the mind for full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain and dispel the misery, suffering, the causality of ignorance, attachment, and anger in this world through loving kindness and compassion. So each and every one of these teachers that I was able to be in the presence of exhibited these qualities. And they taught these qualities in how they acted in their everydayness, not when they were sitting on some high seat or when they were teaching to a gathering of students, etc., but how they walked and did the kora around the stupa, how they sat and drank tea, how they would pause and look out the window. And most important, I remember, is how they would look at this small person called me. I always felt I was in the presence of a great masters, and in mine, I would feel like I was in some Hollywood movie, sitting in a Gonpa in the Himalayan mountains, surrounded by shrouds of clouds in meditation with these masters who had descended from those same mountains, from the hermitages and from the caves and from the monasteries tucked away, far away. And here they were in Beer or Sopatma or Kathmandu, Pokhara, Lumbini, many, many places, able to really to enter into this world and be with authentic teachers. Things I had dreamed of in my own childhood came to pass. So I hope you remember your childhood dreams of your own spiritual pursuits, and that you can see we are merely a continuation of what has gone before. Since the time, not just of the Buddha, since the beginningless of beginningless time, we can think the Buddha was not an oddity, but merely a manifestation of all that had gone before. So in aspect, we do connect to Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, Ganesh, Shakti, etc. We can validate this and say yes, because some of you went and visited with the place where Jata Rinpoche's daughter happens to be. And we could see in the space where he had both the manifestations of the enlightened qualities of those of ancient India, all the way down to present Tibet. So practice with this type of feeling of connection. Buddhist prayer. Tabki Tunde Zaki Brunjun Dunjogi Mundu Dongi Junjun Ba Zogi Bumbo Jova Jibegu Zaki Gabojo La Jazalo Tayata O Mune Mune Maha Mune Yesoa Tayata Mune Maha Mune Yesoa Tayata Mune Mune Maha Mune Yesoa Tayata Mune Maha Mune Yesoa Tayata Mune Maha Mune Yesoa Tayata Mune Maha Mune Once again, visualize the receiving of the blessings to the four places from the body of the Buddha, for ourselves and for all others. Focus on the secret of the golden flower, the lotus flower, residing in one's heart space, again, as an access point. We use the imagery as an access point to bring about a direct feeling of openness, opening to your base of goodness, as I said before. With the moon disk and the crystal radiating loving kindness and compassion in the 10 directions, radiating equanimity, radiating joyousness, radiating your merit, your blessings, your happiness, your fortune, all going out like in the form of light from a large beacon of a lighthouse on the craggy rocks of the ocean or the sea, the harbor. This light going out for all to see. Count the outgoing breath as you focus on that. Now as you breathe out, space between the thumbs, eyes and chin on the horizontal plane, breathe gently in and out through your mouth, unadorned, rest your mind like milk into water. The Buddha dissolves and the essence of two become one. Rest. And as you breathe out, we emerge in the awakened state, fully aware. Deje teje konje chonje danze bamnum dan gönse nube tu nama yeje geda tejo wa dene de zetu jo wa jo. Deba janye meja da jo wa punzun sumba jo rende zende yonzo du. Dene zenge demba ye. Gewa ji jo jo sake garbo tu jo ne doma ne anyo ba dene shela gu show. So again, I'm not sure if it was from Urgyen Rinpoche or Chokling Rinpoche, but the practice that they're doing now, quite extensive, I'm sure, but we'll do more abbreviated. Not a kunshok, or the practice of Long Vajrasattva. It says to do the recitation of Long Vajrasattva or do the Narakamsha. So first we'll do Guru Rinpoche practice, and then we'll do the ineffable confession, which is an abbreviated Narakamsha with the recitation. So again, if you could bring up the picture of Rinpoche once again, because Chokling Rinpoche, at least for me, everyone says he is Guru Rinpoche. And sometimes he is laughing, and then sometimes he has these very fierce eyes. And then, the demons, when they see Rinpoche, they just run away. So in the presence of Rinpoche, then we can easily say, Urgyen Guru Pema Siti Om Urgyen Samten Bema Geza Dumbula Gyaltsen Joji Guru Ne Bema June Zazura Dudur Gando Mambo Gurgegi Zazu Darugi Jenje Laje Zazu Guru Pema Siti. Jogi Gengi Zangam to Dorje Dojum Kega Nebega Jojo Lojo Jewa Jumbu Marga Zendu Dorje Jore Me Lama Jugi Gula Sowa de Borien Bedma Janela Sowa de Dejen Lurgi Drumbe Zangam to Konjo Yundan Yundan Jumbe Yeje Genje Duwa Jubegu Dorje Dodra Donzo Tonzo Lama Lojo Jogula Sowa de Borien Bedma Janela Sowa de Meje Denden Dembe Zangam to Dorje Dembo Duwe Donlam Jangalan Gate Berge Dondoje Dada Maja Dada Dozongi Lama Drube Gula Sowa de Borien Bedma Janela Sowa de Kunzon Dozon Gera Zera Zen Bedma Gera Dena Tujoga Tujo Nadra Tudo Kazozo Kata Lama Dala Sowa de Plene Zimbe Tode Dune Doje Grundo Nombe Tagaya Nodra Tumbe Tumbe Tozongi Gode Goge Tobe Nonchemba Dreme Ozo Jela Sowa de Seje Kunjen Tula Tutu Dreme Ozo Hindu Dozo Oza Donje Namge Najoba Jeme Lembe Jela Sowa de Tuzun Kunyen Pema Jene Gire Jodo Dubo Gozo Gozo Senge Lembe Lembe Jundu Kunjon Zembe Jela Sowa de Omen Jogi Genge Potanga Tuzo Samge Guje Gugogi Ranzem Gugo Gudo Dunze Te Zoe Lama Namla Sowa de Liro Menjogi Yogi Bodandu Tuzo Samge Guji Gugunge Ranzem Gugo Guzo Dunze Ba Zoe Lame Shela Zoa de Gua Kundu Yandan Lama Dan Dume Jugi Bala Jojen. Sadam Danje Rondo Nezo Neduji Jinji Govan Go to so Om Ah Om Ah Om. So you should think you have received the blessings directly from Guru Rinpoche just by hearing of his name, seeing of his picture, thinking of him, and speaking his name to cleanse and purify in his presence. Close off the left and breathe in. Breathe out. Same side, 2 more times. Changing. In and out through both. Breathing in. Breathe out, hands to the knees. To clear the nadis. All impurities out. Balance. And peace. Som a yi hu rivi lili ye hu hanga gaga gaga tata da zanga da 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 na da 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 na ba 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 ma yo wa chaga sarasha omedama hitu parava hitu daga ta hayo watu daga sa yunuruha eva meni maha samana soha. Padra Samaya Za Om Ritsa Ramani Pavataye Soha. Padra Samaya Za Om Badra Amrita Kundile Hana Hana Om Ranjing in the Honde Ozo Tobe Lama Dan Lezo Nebe Gunjan Jorge Gabo Lajonjo Dutse Gabio Meza Wa Nebe Gunwa Gungenanga Baza Sama Za. Then in the form of Chokling Rinpoche, Guru Rinpoche appears before you. So easy to say. It's like, oh, with very great humility and solemnity, inner feeling, you make your request. You take refuge. Sangye Todan, Jogi Jonam La Janjo Baju, Dani Gabjuji. Daji Zenzo Gepe so Namgi Jona Benze Senge Jobajo. Sange Dodan Zogi Jonama, Junjo Baju Dane Gabzuji. Daji Zenzo Gepe so Namgi Jola Benze Senge Jobajo. Sange Dodan Zogi Jonama, Junjo Baju Dane Gabzuji. Daji Zenzo Gepe so Namgi Jola Benze Senge Jobajo. Za Hong Ba Ho Zoji Narana Tembaju. Again with Rinpoche, he's Dorje Lupin. He's the one who is presiding over the Puja today. Me, I am just his Omse. I like to think like this. Om Badra Maha Sri Haraga Om Dene Dorje Torwa Good Good. Use Ram Yam Om Sarva Suto Sarva Dhamme Swarve Suto Thupten and the Rinpoche, Indian Zhang, get you with Nanu, Dodo, Gumbo, Bunson, Zobo, Dojan, Gazo, Jambo, Oma, Dume Pate Saparilla Rarba, Satsama, Zadana, Pate, de Bana, Namo Sabada Gataba, you Mishu Mugube, Saba, the Saba, Rana, Menakamazoa. Namo Sabada Gataba, you Mishu Mugube, Saba, the Saba, Rana, Menakamazoa. Namo Sabada Gataba, you Mishu Mugube, Saba, the Saba, Rana, Ganagam, Soha. Yes, Sadana, Tume pate yaye gata. And to remove all negativity, and we now make the offering of the red toma. So you think all negativities, however they may manifest, you summons them, you appease them, you send them away. Umbaja mahaswe haraga hundeni doji torwa good. This Ram Yam Ram. Onso Arva Suto Saba Dharma Sobe Suto Tune Nende Rinpoche Nini Geje Nando Doro Bunso Soba Dachun Gatso Jambu Mama Sarabutaraga Saraza Saba Begin and Saba Dataga Mishu Mugube Saba Tatamukate Sabarana Iram Grangam Gorihana Iram Balinda Taye Soha Saba Begin and Saba Dataga Mishu Mugube Saba Sukate Sabarana Iram Granam Gorihana Iram Balinda Taye Soha Saba Begin and Saba Dataga Mishu Mugube Saba Tatamukate Sabarana Iram Gram Gorihana Iram Balinda Taye Soha. Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa, Puja, Dorje, Puja, Dorje, me bedamba, Puja. Nirendra da da wana na zebe mela na maguji, Urgyen do waguji, Dunyanda Dorje, Gonda do waguji, Dorje me bedamba bede waguji, Nirendra da de wana na zebe mela na maguji. Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa, Dunyanda Dorje, Gonda do waguji. Don't get me bed and da, maybe what I would, and there one, and there's a bed mela, number good. That's all one to get the one down, desert in it, over ye. Go what the jet, it's a bad, some jet, so bad, some jet, jigo. Then you should think now you have many offerings and clothes and Dharma clothes and ritual instruments and the flowers and the food, and you give some donation, the money, as much as you give in your mind, you're giving to Rinpoche, make offering. 사실 보지 조조메 조조람 르베문세네 삼박이 생계센터메도 부바이 도긴는 세나 조바죠 이don란도 만들마가 내려다야메 사실 보지 조조메 조조람 르베문세네 삼박이 생계센터메도 부바이 Dorje Nozina Jubasho, Idoranda Mandula, Meditaya, Sashi, Boje, Jojo, Medoram, Rebellions, and it is Buggy. Sing it, send the middle Buba, ye don't in the Jubasho, Idoranda Mandula, Meditaya. Badruzata Samaya, Manupalaya, Badruzata, Durgaya Bagoa, Durgaya Bagoa, Anaradu Nagoa, Siddham Siddham Guru Hum Bhagavan Savadagata Samaya Sadhua Badruzata Samaya Manupalaya Badruzata Denova, Tidudeta Megova, Tidugaya Megova, Tidugaya Megova, Anaradu Megova, Taragama Zudume, Dedum Dedum Guru Hum Bhagavan Savadagata Badruzata Samaya Zadua Badruzata Samaya Manupalaya Badruzata Denova, Tidudeta Megova, Tidugaya Megova, Tidugaya Megova, Anaradu Megova, Savadagata So now we do like Guru Yoga, Rinpoche Drupa, and it is the highest way, the quickest way, swiftest way to receive the blessings of one's master or Guru, Lama, Rinpoche, is through having faith and devotion, trust and confidence. And then even when I look at my teachers, I'm servant, only servant. But when I look at my teachers, then I think, oh, I'm with Guru Rinpoche. So having had the opportunity to spend many time with Chokling Rinpoche, I always think, oh, I'm sitting with Guru Rinpoche. Everybody says Chokling Rinpoche is manifestation thereof. And he is Toku. He is a manifestation of Chokling Pa. Yeah, I think so many names in my head these days. But so Chokling Rinpoche is manifestation of Chogyo Lingpa. And Chogyo Lingpa was said to be manifestation of Guru Rinpoche. So therefore, Chokling Rinpoche is manifestation of Guru Rinpoche. So you should think, as we now do 7-line prayer, that you're in the presence of Guru Rinpoche. Om Urgyen Samten Ling Gonpa Gyaltsen Choji Gojune Pema June Sazura Udur Gando Mambo Kur Kegi Chazu Dadrugi Chinji Laje Zazu Guru Pema Side Om Urgyen Samten Gyaltsen Choji Gojune Pema June Sazura Udur Gando Mambo Kur Kegi Chazu Dadrugi Chinji Laje Zazu Guru Pema Side Om Urgyen Bema Geza Dombola Gyaltsen Choji Gojune Pema June Sazura Udur Gando Mambo Kur Kegi Chazu Dadrugi Chinji Laje Zazu Guru Pema Side. Baja Guru Bema Jordan Za Badra Samaya Za. Urgyen Rinpoche La So Wa De Bajen Bejen Ejunjen Urgyen Samten Sri Majo Troda Lama Joge Go Dejen Doje Lama Joge Baden Labro Lama Jopego Dunzun Doje Jema So Then we make offerings, outer, inner, and secret offerings to Guru Rinpoche, Chokling Rinpoche. Om Bhadra Argam Bhatam Bhupe Dupe Aloke Gande Nuade Shabda Rupta Shabda Gande Raja Seba She Dhanama Tata Bhutsa. And this is a very powerful time. So as you're going Om Bhadra Guru Bhamasiti Hum, you can visualize that from the head of Rinpoche, you receive the empowerments and the blessings of the body in the form of white energies, and then red from the throat, blessing and empowering the speech, and then coming from the heart is the blue, then blessing, empowering in mind, and then yellow is coming to the navel, and then you're receiving knowledge and wisdom. Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, 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 Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Zoma Hum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Sri Hum Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Zoma Hum Bhaja Hum, Mahum Bhaja Hum, Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum, Zoma Hum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum. Sri Hum Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum. Zoma Hum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Hum. Om Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum. Zoma Hum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Zoma Hum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Zoma Hum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Zoma Hum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum. Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum. Sri Hum Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Om Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Sri Hum Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Yes, Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum. Mahum Bhaja Guru Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum. Mahum Bhaja Bhamasiti Hum, Mahum Bhaja. And take a breath in. And then now go to the inexpressible absolute confession, a shortened version of the Naro Kanchok. You would go straight through. Again, time is always at us. Zebadra Samayaza. So Dorje Sempa and the manifestation of all of the peaceful and wrathful deities have a symbol which is inseparable from the quality of Chokling Rinpoche. And we begin. Dorje jeje woje zonye ba jeje zola zonye zezo so jome jere manye taje gu deje nojo dorje renje do dorje tangye renje noje la shidro tuba tuba zazalo dojo joda jerye nando de gonzo tongo tama dorje ge jenye nanda Jina Zawe Toba Gedo Jo Den Zumbo Zamba Panama Gere Guru Rando Mando Dodo Meba Dodo Dojeba Neme Doje Gunde Gunde Jenye Rando Doje Nange Doja Nanda Yende Rodo Jen Ado Yende Meza Medebe Deje Jonje Sama Dado Do Kondo Do Denje Tumala Jena Zava Gomba Yego Nye Nye Nanda Nanda Dorje, Mama, Dorje, Dorje, Nam, Baga, Tumbo, Tugar, Yano, Do, Nede, Yone, Yeje, Tuma, Tondo, Mabu, Na, Mada, Toze, Jewa, Jemezo, Dene, Tonze, Tamze, Tonye, Ma, Dene, Tone, Tamdo, Madezo, Bolu, Doje, Tamze, Tonye, Hon, Doje, Doje, Nede, Doje, Toma, Todo, Tonje, Chege, Lama, Tonme, Tama, Tamaje, Doba, Danzo, Soje, Tajenda, Gonzo, Danda, Nando, Tamba, Doje, Daga, Tamze, Tendegi, Jeje, Joma, Dojo, Doje, Deje, Doje, Doje, Medozo, Dona, Daba, Mejo, Dona, Doje, 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 Na, Doda, Dodo, Namo, Lilo, Ye, Lodo, Nedo, Dodo, Dovada, Jejo, Neda, Bema, Nendo, Dela, Nendo, Dela, Zo, Zoda, Meza, Mare, Muni, Dorje, Nanda, Dola, Jede, Nado, Jede, Tanze, Nebada, Dede, Dede, Tama, Dedo, Gela, Dede, Tama, Dedo, Zange, Tova, Dede, Tova, Dan, Dede, Neme, Kunde, Dedo, Nada, Dode, Namba, Gemma, Nada, Doma, Namba, Dode, Nada, Beda, Namba, Dode, Dode, Namba, Dode, Medo, Dode, Gomba, Gudu, Sa, Dorje, Nanda, Dode, Dode, Nam, Grigno, Dode, Zabye, Tonaza, Dode, Dode, Dala, Dode, Yang, Neme, Dode, Gonde, Dode, Mama, Dode, 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 Lam, Neme, Dode, Damba, Sadu, Doda, Deda, Dode, Devana, Nado, Dode, Naga, Nego, Doda, Namba, Zendo, Mane, Nam, Doma, Dode, Rana, Sedu. So when His Holiness supposedly in the movie exits, and he's going, I think, to China, maybe he's leaving. Safe journey, safe return. May the auspiciousness and the blessings of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Guru Rinpoche, all the great yogis and great masters surround Rinpoche, ferry him into the next life, where he will continue to be of the greatest benefit to all sentient beings. Zombadrazapa Samaya Manovalaya Badrazadradinova Sudogaya Mabova, Zubogaya Mabova, Amarado Mabova, Salaziri Mebrea, Zaragama Zume. Siddham Siddham Guru Hom Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Savada Tagata Varmani Mudavente Bhavama Samaya Sadhuva Badruzada Samaya Manobalaya Badruzadu Denova Dedu Mabova Sudogaya Mabova Sudogaya Mabova Amaradu Mabova Savaziri Mebrea Zaragama Zume Siddham Siddham Guru Hom Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saragata Gata Varmani Mudavente Bhavama Samaya Sadhuva Badruzada Samaya Mano Balaya Badazadu, Tedu Mabova, Sudokaya Mabova, Sudokaya Mabova, Hamarado Mabova, City Mebrea, Zana Namazu, Zedum Zidum Guru Hong, Ha 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 Ho, Bhagavan, Savada Gada Badrum, and Mudum and the Bava, Samaya Sadua, Badu Zadu Samaya, Manu Balaya, Badu Zadu Denova. Dedu Mabua, Zudugaya Mabua, Zudugaya Mabua, Anaratum. So was it in every other Zadu Namazume? Sedum Sirum Guru Hung, ha 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 ha, Bhagavan, Savada Dagata Badu, Manu. Samaya Sadua, Badru Zadu Samaya, Manu Badaya, Badru Zadu, Mabu Zudogaya, Mabu Zubogaya, Mabu Hanaratu. So was it in every other Zaragambazume, Sedum Sirum Guru Hum, ha 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 ha, Bhagavan, Savada Dagata Badu, Manu. Samaya Sadua, Badru Zadu Samaya, Manu Badaya, Badru Zadu, Sudogaya Maboa, Sudogaya Maboa, Amarado Maboa, Savaziri Nebrayata Zaraga Mazume, Sedum Sidum Guru, Sada Dada Gada, Rumane Muzovenze Boa, Ma Samaya Sadua, Baduzadu Samaya, Mano, Badruzadu Denova, Dudu Maboa, Sudogaya Maboa, Sudogaya Maboa, Amarado Maboa, Savaziri Nebrayata Zaraga. Sedum Sidum Guru Hung, ha 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 ho, Bhagavan, Savada Dagata Badru Mani Muzavente Bhava Ma Samaya Satu, Umbadru Sato Hung, 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 Umbadru Sato Hung. Zomaduzado, Maduzado, 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 Zomaduzado, Maduzado, Maduzado, Zomaduzado, Maduzado, 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 Zomaduzado, Maduzado, 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 Zumaduzado, Maduzado, 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 Badra, Sato, Ribi, Bibi, Kaga, Ganga, Sata, Tana, Dana, Baba, Yola, Jaga, Sarhasha, Badu Sata Samaya, Manupalaya, Badu Sata, Amaradamogoa, Dolzi, Negaya, Zarega, Sedum, Sidum, Guru, Dada, my name was Bavana, Amaya, Batu, and brief fulfillment. Ganzo me do Nama ye do no zo no do la rando do de gunje do baru reba ye se mamba do nabo Dorje ne do ma amreta donya je do babu donje na da ba je do mata donyo do ne do babu gunjo do ma ne do ni da Rata nega dejo donde toma de wa de la zendo jonde jode tobato ala la ge pase and then just hold up your doji and imagine it to be like a candle. We're making offering for the auspiciousness of Chokling Rinpoche. Nam ye da do da ye zen je nam ma be zen do gun zo gun go te pa ma jo jo zen je ma do ba zen je jo me sa la chen pa sho. Then go to Dhammapalas. To watch over, to guide, to protect. For me, Guru Chokling Rinpoche, he is Dhammapala. He is the protector, provider. He is the one who is the light. Say Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be, Namo Guru Be. Om Shri Benza Heraka, really Hom Jo Hom Be. Done Doje, Domne Ramyam Gan, Dobe Toje, Yedon Tojo. Damse Yeje, Yeme Doze, Dram, Eze Namge, Dorje Guru. Ese Ram, Yam, Ese Om Om Zama Om Om Shri Goa Ose Dorje Yeje De Veje Mange Tawa Tado Dorje Konje Dorje Dondo Dorje Konje Dorje Dorje Se Om Mahagala Gambo Gago So Gige Sade Modo Modo Azen Baba Nene Jamba So Mabu Gogo Cheba Chantige Damshi Toma Toma Deje Da Baje Danje Danje Toma Dene Deje Toma Toma So Genje Benga Samba Kone Kon Dobe Done Toma Toma Ye Dunye Dunye Nuba Genderge Dunye Done Done Toba So Gejen Done 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 Den Goge Bala Nade Nade To Sake Doje Gato Doje Je Doje Kunje Nade Doje To Dena Name Dane Debe Go Gojen Done Dona Doje Je Jinan Zawe Baryon Nandende Sazo Nazo Nazo Tozenge Iba Gato Nige Zade Dam Bade Kunde Kunde Kamazo Kunde Dende Dende Jumba Je Sondo Jumbo Jumbo Kunde Ku Kunde Lama Mezenge Mata Dune Kado Dune Duma Je Jinan Zawe Dande Dune Duma Dune Kunde Dune Je Jeje Dune Genja Sazolo Jeje Jemba Sama Dune Sa Dune Jende Kunde Tuba Tungo Yunge Sange Tuba Su Jwe Redo Bema Dedo Dema Su Denge Nuba Kunde Kunde Je Denge Kunde Tuma Deshe Ha Dunge Kunde Kunde Tuma Su Genje Benla Zamba Tunde Gan Dube Tunde Tuma Tuma Yi Dunye Nyuje Nuba Gende Ge Dende Dune Dune Toba Su Dune Dune Zamba Zamba Ru Zaje Toba Jemba Zenje La Baje Bonze Sunye Zaje Te Tunde Nande Tanjo Zu Hong Gage Doma Yige Tende Ma Eten Nuba Baten Nuba La Yoge Mando Rema Rema De Tanjo Zimbo Sato Rahula Dojo Zimbo Zimba Nane Da Tudo Namo Gando Zonge Da Kangen Benzo Benzo Tende Sa Kanyan Yode Konde Donenge Dodo 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 Deshi La Jeje Gajo Rando Rando De Bimba Bindo 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 De Nawa Jeje Baba Da Sa Su Badrazata Samaya, Manokavaya, Badrazata Denopa, Dedudu Nubova, Sudogaya Nubova, Sudogaya Nubova, Amarado Nubova, Zova City, Nebaya, the Zaragama Zudunet, Zedum Zedum Guru Home, ha 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 ho, Bhagavan, Samaya, Sadua, Badrazata Samaya, Manokavaya, Badrazata Denopa, Dedudu Nubova. Sudogaya Nabova, Sudogaya Nabova, Anarado Nabova, Sovati Nebreya, Sudane, Jidum Zedum Guru Hum, Ha Ha Ho, Bhagava, Sarada Gata Mane Muzolan Devava, Samaya, Sadu, Badru Zata Samaya, Mano Padaya, Badru Zadu Danova, Sidu Nabova, Sudogaya Nabova, Sudogaya Nabova, Anarado Nabova, Sovati Nebreya, Sudana Guru So you can imagine that Rinpoche is holding the long life arrow, and he is bestowing the blessings of long life upon each and every one of us. Sri 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 Yamwa Tamye Tonye Tonjun Gun Tuba Begun Tula Cheme Tu Tadren Wange Towa Pajesa Pema Nine Nunda Towa Ya Badon Debo Sota Towa Ne Towa Debzo Gajen Pajesu Jejen Aje Tome Je Tu Om Mama Rene Zawada Guru Bama Dorje Bundo Jana Anje Sibe Sri 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 Oh Mama Venezo Madari Guru Dana Doya Dana Anya Sidi Sri Sri Oh Mama Venezo Madari Guru Dana Dana Anya Sidi Sri Sri Om Badu Badu Namaya Manu Balaya Badu Badu Denoga Dedu Dedu Megawa Dudogaya Megawa Dudogaya Megawa Amaratu Megawa Baba Sidi Mebraya Zaragama Dudune Sedum Dirum Guru Hum Ha Oh Bhagavan Savada Bhagavan Nemudovinda Amaya Sadhu Dududange Guru Nudute Guru Guru Deva Jamoza Bajagunzo Dududozo Gavadozo Jenjela Dozo Jenazo Vebari Jovana Samba Luge Juba Jenjelo. So now Guru Rinpoche, Chokling Rinpoche have officiated. Then we receive their blessings, long life, auspiciousness to awaken our body, speech, and mind for the benefit of all sentient beings. Then it is 1:25, so please give me the pleasure of 10 minutes altogether. 5 minutes first, just to rest our mind in union with Chokling Rinpoche, the manifestation of Guru Rinpoche. Gently, gently breathing out. And with the awareness of within, our great blessing and fortune to be in the presence of Chokling Rinpoche, manifestation of Guru Rinpoche. I would hope that perhaps whatever experience that you may have, do not hold on to it, but merely recognize it and let go. Again, when you are in the presence of these great masters and you're able to actually sit with them while they are in Thupten, is pretty miraculous. But even that we can see the pictures of these masters, and many masters have died, which we are all connected to, but we have a direct connection to Chokling Rinpoche. So please recognize, be in the presence of, let it be an inspiration to all of us to arouse basic goodness, loving kindness, and compassion, joyousness and equanimity for the benefit of all sentient beings. Your idea, Rinpoche Lama tuju ne doma nunu nanu ba dine shila kyo ba sho. And then, Master Man, could you bring us back all together again? Isn't this technology wonderful? So wonderful. Again, we went again was in Gansu, Babendo, Mando, two, and it's in red, in one, Tenzo, and Gazu, Zebe, Gazu, Badu, Tengu, Mega, Gazu, Chenju, Gambo, Gonjo, Mando, Rimbo, Jebe, Mega, Radune, Latin, Dajen, Dajen, so, Om to Tes and get and Jaggy. She show to the Jebe Denji don't Jemba Zedru den Bedan Denji Medenju Mela Meden Base de Base Drudu Zungu Mezen Guji Jenzo Zenjo Rimboje Mage Banam Ge Guji Geba Namba Meba Ye Gune Gundu Belbozo Gazo Gaye Don We Don Dojo Goyan Dojo Jembeje Dojo Nadra Rebale Megunzo Den Tambarum Da Tashi Da Lejo Daya Taum Gade Gade Bada Gade Bada Zangade Botizo Daya Mongade Gade Bada Gade Bada Zangade Botizo Daya Mongade Gade Bada Gade Bada Zangade Botizo So we have engaged in this puja on to make offering to Jogilingpa, I should say Chokling Rinpoche, even though he is a manifestation of Jogilingpa. And these 2 hours, at least for me, have passed so quickly. I could hear Rinpoche saying, if you think these 2 hours have passed quickly, when the last breath flows out of this dilapidated body, it will be even quicker in its perception. So maybe as parting words for the day, please be in the basic goodness of being a human being with loving kindness and compassion, joyousness and equanimity. And for this week, maybe focus on the joyousness of being human being. It's not a burden, even though it may seem heavy sometimes. But you can always think about now. We didn't have this opportunity before, or we did, but we didn't take advantage of it. Now we can really practice and really develop and allow our basic goodness and loving kindness and compassion to come forth for the benefit of all sentient beings. Please join me on this express, and let's travel and have a safe journey and a safe return. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Hopefully we will meet again soon tomorrow. Until then, may peace be with you.